We, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty. So say we all four-person.
When George Zimmerman was found not guilty on all counts, within hours, people had already begun to protest across the United States. In Oakland, California, demonstrators destroyed police cars and smashed the windows of various buildings. In New York City, there was a march of over 10,000 people. The march began in Union Square, a site historically associated with radicalism and protest. The marchers proceeded to Times Square, where they sat down and refused to leave. Over 20 people were arrested. The march proceeded for hours into the night, with police helicopters flying over the crowds. U.S. President Barack Obama issued a statement calling for calm.
And he wanted to note that in the wake of the verdict, the strong passions the case had elicited could be running even higher, and that it was important to remember that we are a nation of laws and a jury had spoken.
However, many people across the U.S. are disregarding his plea. Today, another rally gathered in Union Square to protest the verdict. The rally was called by the People's Power Assembly and the International Action Center. Larry Holmes of the People's Power Assembly explained why so many people were filled with anger.
We've been waiting for 15 months for some small measure of justice for Trayvon Martin. And here we have a virtually all-white jury in a southern city let this killer walk away free, and in doing so, declare open war on young people of color. And so we're not surprised that people are marching northwest, east, and south. And especially here in New York, where I think there have been some of the biggest demonstrations.
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People has filed a petition with the Department of Justice asking that Zimmerman be brought up on federal charges. However, many demonstrators feel that such a strategy is mistaken and that protests must continue.
We have to continue to be out in the streets. This is the only type of justice that we're going to get. People's justice is the only justice that we can fight for and can help turn the political situation around. This verdict shows that we cannot rely on the courts for any type of justice whatsoever.
The U.S. Department of Justice announced it was considering federal charges against Zimmerman. Protests continue throughout the country, with many being arrested. It seems that the anger millions of people feel in response to the long-awaited Zimmerman verdict is not going to go away. Caleb Maupin, Press TV, New York.